Launch jacking is an old school and exciting affiliate marketing strategy which can still work today if you make the correct adjustments for the modern internet. And if you watch this video all the way to the end, I'm going to share my experience with launch jacking. I'm going to point to several considerations and strategies that you'll find very effective, and I'll share my favorite marketing software which can make launch jacking and other affiliate marketing strategies much easier. Hi, I'm Alex, digital and affiliate marketer with Lover Fighter Writer, and if you find this launch jacking guide helpful, all I ask is that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so that I can reach you with other tutorials in the future. Let's start with the meaning of the term launch jacking. The launch part refers to product launches. You've probably seen or been part of a product launch before. It's a strategy that's been around since long before digital marketing was a thing, back when we were just doing brick and mortar marketing. And the idea of a launch is that rather than just starting to sell a new product or a new offer, you let people know that you're going to start selling it ahead of time, and you do your best to build some hype and get attention to the offer before it actually launches so that you can have a lot of success out of the gate and acquire lots of customers quickly so that you can then get word of mouth from those customers going. And in the context of affiliate marketing, having a good launch is even more important because those initial customers who buy your product can become your best affiliates if they love it. Now, as for the jacking part of launch jacking, that refers to being prepared for a product launch so that you can benefit as much as possible from all the hype and extra traffic surrounding that product while it's launching. So I know the term sounds a little bit odd, it kind of sounds like hijacking, but that is in no way what you're doing. When you're launch jacking an offer, you're actually massively helping the product vendor if you do a good job, which will also lead to you being rewarded with affiliate commissions. So that's the definition of launch jacking. And product launches work a little bit differently on different affiliate platforms, and really everyone can do it however they want. But for the sake of explanation, I'm just going to go through a brief overview of common elements that most launches have on most affiliate platforms. So generally, a launch will be announced at least a few months ahead of when the actual launch will take place. Sometimes it's even 6 months to a year ahead of time. And depending on the vendor and where they're selling their product, they might just announce it privately to their existing partners and their existing affiliates and people who they really want to promote it. Or they might actually run ads on the affiliate platform or other types of ads in order to really get things hyped up and try to attract a lot of affiliates. So they're going to have lots of people talking about the product, promoting it, and hopefully also purchasing it. A lot of launches on these affiliate platforms will have launch contests, and a launch can last anywhere from 1 to 3 months, sometimes even 6 months or longer. And if the vendor chooses to have a launch contest, then they'll have some sort of special prizes, often just extra cash, for the affiliates who make them the most sales. Sometimes it's the top 3 affiliates that get prizes, sometimes it's the top 5 or more, but usually they make sure that everyone knows about the contest ahead of time so that you can get really excited about it. Contests will also have rules and timelines. And if you're going to participate in a launch contest, it's very important to understand the rules. For example, you might need to have officially signed up, not just be an affiliate, but also have signed up for the contest. Also, some contests will allow you to partner with other affiliates and combine your sales in order to try to win the contest. Others don't allow that. So that's the kind of thing that you really need to be aware of, because if you want to compete with the other affiliates for the top spots, and some of them are teaming up and you're not, it's going to be a lot more difficult. A lot of the time, people who are planning on launch jacking a product will get early access, whether that means that they are gifted access ahead of time, or they buy access ahead of time in a pre-launch sale, or in some cases, you can get what's called review access, where they give you temporary access to the product so that you can create a review ahead of time without actually having purchased it. And when launch jackers take the time to do that, what they will also often do is prepare their content and their ads and whatever they're going to use to promote the product ahead of time. So they might make a video review and a couple other videos. They might draft a blog post and have it ready to publish. They might have some ads ready to go. Whatever it is that they're going to be using for their promotion strategy, they're going to want to have ready ahead of time so that they can get it all going right away once the launch officially starts. Then the product launches, the launch jackers publish their content and start running their ads. Then the launch ends. The affiliates will typically stop running their ads at that point, and the search volume will drop. However, Organic content like YouTube videos and blog posts will continue to rank when people search for that product. And on platforms like YouTube, if it's a good video that gets good engagement, YouTube may continue to promote it through its recommendation algorithm. So when you do a good job of choosing a good product and you execute a launch jacking strategy effectively, the idea is that you can make a good amount of commissions during the launch, and then after the launch, you may continue to make less frequent sales, unless the product blows up and becomes super popular, in which case you might actually make more after the launch, which is actually what happened for me in the example that I'm about to show you. When I first got into affiliate marketing, which was 4 or 5 years ago now, one of the first courses that I bought included launch jacking as one of the methods. And at the time, I was focusing on trying to get my blog started, which is not an easy thing to do when you're a beginner, and also on my YouTube channel. And so because I was focusing on that and search engine optimization, which is a part of launch jacking, I really liked the idea. And I initially tried to do it for 2 Warrior Plus products, and it didn't work very well because I didn't do a great job of choosing the products. One of them was a product that was pretty good, but it wasn't super popular. The vendor wasn't very well known, and so there just wasn't a lot of search volume or a lot of overall interest in it. And the other one was by a much more popular vendor, but it was not a good product. And so by the time I finished testing it, I realized that I didn't really want to promote it. So I still ended up publishing my review, but it basically said, here's why I don't think this is a great product, but if you think it would be good for you, here's the affiliate link just in case. And I think I actually might have made 1 sale of that product. But after that, I mostly gave up on the idea of launch jacking because it seemed like I would have to put a lot of work into finding products and testing or assessing products and creating reviews, and that there wouldn't be a good way of knowing if it was going to work beforehand. But after I got some experience in affiliate marketing and a little bit more training, I was actually able to do this fairly successfully with a product I really liked. I don't think I really set out to try to jack the launch, but I did end up getting a review published on YouTube and on my blog during the launch, and I'm pretty sure I made my first few sales during the launch. The product that I'm talking about was called Secret Email System. It was a very inexpensive ebook, and I think also a mini course was included on building an email list and effectively using it to make money. And it was created by Matt Bachek. I think that's how you say his name. You can see his picture on the screen there. And he's a good guy. He's a good internet marketer, very old school. And at that point, I had pretty much given up on trying to use Warrior Plus as an affiliate platform because most of the products that I looked into on Warrior Plus just weren't the type of thing that I wanted to promote. However, I actually learned about Secret Email System, which was on Warrior Plus, by way of a very successful marketer who I respected and followed on Facebook running ads for it. And I figured, hey, if that guy likes it, it's probably worth checking out. It was really cheap. So I signed up for the affiliate program first just to make sure that I could get in, because I didn't want to buy it unless there was at least a chance that I would be able to promote it. And then right after I got approved in the affiliate program, I purchased the product and started working on my review. So the first 2 steps in this process are purchase the product and get approved for the affiliate program. As you can see here, I did the affiliate approval first and then purchased it. However, you can do those in either order. And then the third step is publish content. In this case, it was a review on my blog and on YouTube. And then I made my first sale. So I was actually approved for the affiliate program on New Year's Day, 2021, January 1st. As you can see in this screenshot here, that's from my email. I purchased the product 3 days later on January 4th. I published my review on my blog about a month later. And I can't remember if the YouTube video was a little bit before or a little bit after that. And then I made my first sale about a month and a half later towards the end of February, which I'm pretty sure was still during the launch period. So technically that was launch jacking. And here I've got my affiliate approval email. I've got my receipt from purchasing the product. I've got the title of my review on my blog with the publication date there. And I've got the record of my first commission. So even though I didn't really intend to use this strategy for that product, it still ended up working. And if I had been aware of the launch beforehand and I had been ready to go, it could have worked a lot better. Now that you understand how it works, let's talk about the best affiliate platforms and affiliate programs for launch jacking. Now, in a minute, we're going to look at a website called Muncheye. It's muncheye.com, and it is the largest and most up-to-date centralized database of upcoming and past product launches that I'm aware of. If you know of a better one, please let me know. But this is what Muncheye looks like, and you can see that up here we've got someone paying to promote their upcoming launch in order to try and get lots of affiliates on board. They paid for this banner ad. And then down here we've got big launches on the left, and I'm not sure exactly what constitutes a big launch. But if you're going to try and use a launch jacking strategy, you definitely want to go for a big launch because there needs to be hype around it. And then over here on the right, we have all launches. So if you're looking for more niche products that are going to be a little bit less competitive to promote, then you might want to look over here. And then if I scroll down a bit further, we have just launched. So these are recent past launches, and you can get more of those there. And then we've got some more ads. Muncheye is a great place to look at upcoming launches from multiple platforms because it includes launches from Warrior Plus, JVZoo, ClickBank, Digistore24, PayKickstart, ClickFunnels, and a whole bunch of others that I can't even think of right now. And based on what I've seen, I think that Warrior Plus, JVZoo, and ClickBank are probably three of the most ideal platforms for launch jacking. And that's because they have lots of product launches happening all the time, especially Warrior Plus and JVZoo. They have products launching every day. And with JVZoo in particular, product vendors can pay to have JVZoo promote their launch to their email list. And so if you just get on JVZoo's email list, they're going to let you know what's launching and who's paying to have their launch promoted, which is going to give you a pretty good idea of which products are going to be big launches versus kind of quieter, smaller launches. That said, you don't have to focus on these affiliate platforms in order to do launch jacking. We're going to get into ways that you can find offers that are not on these platforms a little bit later. But for the moment, let's talk about how to make launch jacking profitable on the modern internet. Because in the past, the focus was primarily on publishing reviews as blog posts and as YouTube videos, trying to rank so that you would be at the top of Google search when people search for those reviews, and or paying for Google ads so that even if you couldn't rank your review at the top of the page, when someone searched for that, you would have an ad up there so that people would click on it and hopefully use your affiliate link to buy the product. The issue with relying on this strategy today is that Google Ads and most other popular advertising platforms like Facebook have gotten a lot more expensive recently. And also, it's a little bit more difficult to predict how you're going to rank for certain things. For example, 3 years ago, when I published a review on my blog or even on YouTube, based on how good the review was and how much competition there was, I could make a very educated guess about how well the review would rank. And usually if I picked a topic or a product that didn't have super high competition, I would be able to rank in the top 5 right away. These days, it's much less predictable, and it's actually much less predictable over whether your review will even get indexed by Google right away. Like 3 years ago, you could submit a new blog post to Google Search Console, and it would be indexed in minutes. I can remember a number of specific times where I was ranking number 1 for a semi-competitive search term within an hour of publishing the post. And it's not that that can't happen anymore, but it's not as likely, and you really can't predict if it's going to happen or not. So you still want to rank high for SEO, but you can't really rely on that. And you can potentially still run Google ads or other types of search ads, but you also don't want to rely on that because it's going to be very hard to stay profitable when you're running Google ads to promote a product that you're only getting a partial commission on. And so instead of just putting up a review and trying to run Google ads to it, you really want to have multiple pieces of content and multiple ways of getting traffic to that content. So you could have a video review and several other videos about the product, like tutorials or comparisons. You could have a blog review and other pieces of content on your blog about the product, like list posts. For example, when I was promoting Secret Email System, I could have also done a list of like best email marketing ebooks or best email marketing courses and used that to promote it as well. And you can also focus on things like promoting within communities, such as a Facebook group that you own, or using things like solo ads or native ads. Now, solo ads kind of have a bad name because a solo ad is just when you pay someone else to promote your offer to their email list. And there used to be a ton of solo ad platforms that a lot of people really swore by. These days, there aren't very many solo ad platforms anymore. And I think it's because a lot of them just weren't very effective. And so the whole thing kind of got a bad name. But when I say solo ads, I don't mean that. I mean finding a brand or a person who you know has a big email list and who you know based on their content and their offers that they're the type of person whose email list is likely to buy what you're selling. And then you pay them to promote to their list, or you could offer some sort of a trade. Like if you have a good email list, you could do an exchange where you each send one email promoting the other person's offer. Another important consideration, and this is probably the most important thing, is to only target offers from successful vendors. So you need to be able to look at a vendor's history to see what products they've successfully sold in the past with a low cancellation or refund rate. You don't want to go for a vendor who has really high refunds. And also, you want a vendor whose past launches have gone really well. And typically that information is not difficult to find because when they have a really successful launch and they make a ton of sales, they want people to know that so that new affiliates will be attracted to promote their new stuff. So this is not difficult to do. However, you do need to focus on it because otherwise a lot of the time and energy that you put into the launch jacking process is going to be wasted. The next thing to think about is preparing your content and anything you're going to use to promote, like ads, ahead of time. You really don't want to be waiting until the launch happens and then starting to write your review and then starting to make your videos. Ideally, you want to buy the product pre-launch or get review access before the launch, and then have all or most of your content and advertising materials ready to go on launch day. Also, as I mentioned earlier, some product launches that have contests will allow you to team up with one or more other affiliates. So if you think that you have a chance at winning a launch contest and you can partner up with another affiliate who's going to pull their weight, then that can be really beneficial for both of you. Creating launch jacking reviews, whether it's on a website, a blog post, a YouTube video, or some combination thereof, is one of the easier forms of writing search optimized articles. However, you do need to have an understanding of how search engine optimization works, and you need to have a decent website. If you're making a YouTube video, you need to at the very least have good audio, and having good video would help as well. And I can't get too into that right now because SEO is a whole can of worms, but I do have a number of really good tutorials about how to write SEO articles and how to do SEO in general on this channel, and I'll link the most important ones in the description of this video. Now, targeting the right keywords for a product launch review is not easy because you're not going to be able to do keyword research the way that you normally would because there's no historical volume for products that are just launching. However, people do tend to search a lot of the same things. For example, product name plus review, product name plus is it worth buying, product name plus upsells. And so if you need some help coming up with the types of subtopics that you should cover in your article, look at reviews from other similar products and reviews for other products produced by that vendor, and you'll start to notice some patterns in the types of keywords that they target, especially in the H2. And I've just got a few of my favorite marketing tools listed here. So for writing search optimized articles, I really like Phrase, which is a SEO and AI writing software. A really popular alternative to Phrase is Surfer SEO, which is also a great product. I just prefer Phrase a little bit more, but I know a lot of people who prefer Surfer SEO, and it's also excellent. And I do have affiliate links for all these products, so I'll include those in the description as well. Then there's WriterZen, which is what I use for my keyword research. System.io, which is an all-in-one marketing software with a forever free plan. You can use that to build funnels and blog posts. So if you're on a tight budget, then that's a great place to start. Exemplary AI is something I started using recently, which makes it really easy to transcribe videos, but also to turn videos into vertical video clips, which you can then put on YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Facebook and Instagram Reels. And I always hated making those short videos until I started using Exemplary. It makes the whole thing really easy and really fast. And so I definitely recommend checking that out. And then for things like YouTube thumbnails, blog post headers, if you're making ads, I really like VistaCreate. It's a cloud-based graphic design software with a lot of really great templates in it. And Deposit Photos is where I get most of my really high quality images, because when you're making things like YouTube thumbnails and Facebook ads, you really need eye-catching images that are going to stop people from scrolling and make them want to click. And Deposit Photos is full of those. I think I mentioned earlier that product reviews are not the only type of content that you can use in launch jacking. It's what most people tend to focus on because traditionally that's what has worked. However, there's a number of other approaches that you can take, and this is especially going to work well if you're running ads to your content. So for example, I could make a product review post about the product, but I could also make a list article such as a best X for Y article and then run ads to that. So in the case of Secret Email System, which is the product I was talking about promoting earlier, I could have published an article titled "The Absolute Best Ebook for Teaching Beginners How to Make Money with Email Marketing." Then I could run ads to that. And depending on how you're running the ads and where you're getting the traffic, that type of article might be better for getting people to click on your affiliate link and actually being really interested in the product. You could also do an article that talks about how the product is a secret ingredient in a special process that you teach in the article. And another strategy that I see a lot is offering bonuses. So as part of your content, you present a bonus package, which anyone who buys the product using your affiliate link will get. And bonuses really only work these days if the bonuses that you're giving them are so good that it almost seems better than the product that they're actually buying. And so that's a little bit challenging to do. In my opinion, if you're not going to go above and beyond with your bonuses, then it's just not really worth doing. And you should just sell the product based on the value of the product. But when you have a really great bonus offer that complements the product you're promoting, and you're still promoting that product based on its own value, that creates the type of situation where people are going to feel like they're missing out if they don't buy it using your link. And the last point to address is how to jack a product launch without an affiliate network. So if you look on these big affiliate platforms and you're not finding a lot of stuff that inspires you to want to promote it, that's totally understandable. And so one thing you can do is just check Muncheye regularly, because they do include some product launches that aren't on those big platforms. So that's a good way to find them. But you can also just follow successful affiliate marketers on social media, join their Facebook groups or their other communities, and join newsletters and groups that are associated with online marketing, because people are going to talk about the upcoming launches that they're excited about in those groups, and that can be a really great way to figure out what you want to promote next. Also, if you are a big fan of a brand that does regular product launches, then just get on their affiliate email list, which is a special email list that they only send to their affiliates, and they will most likely let you know ahead of time when they have a launch coming up so that you can get ready. I hope all that made sense. Let me know if you're planning to use this launch jacking strategy in the comments, or let me know if you've used launch jacking in the past. I love hearing your stories. Remember to like and subscribe, and I wish you lots of affiliate marketing success.